Do you know what would happen to Homer to control his rage? He'll take a horse tranquilizer and wallow in the bathtub. When he goes out, he will be hit by newspapers, milk, and even the piano. He pushes his anger down so hard, he'd get a bulge in his neck from it. He met Flanders, listening to Flanders sing, and he got more neck bulges. On his way home, Homer would fall into Bart's trap. He climbed up to the tree house and saw the donuts, stepped in a trap and his feet were tied with ropes. He'll get pricked by a cactus and hit in the face with a diaper. He cuts the rope with scissors and falls into a pool of paint. The Hulk-turned Homer couldn't contain his rage any longer. He broke through the fence and into the street. The cops grabbed him and the sheriff held him down. He was taken to the hospital. The doctor told him he had boils on his neck because of his suppressed anger. Bart's trap had given him an outlet for his anger. It started when Homer found out that Bart had drawn an animated picture of himself. He drove down the street in a rage. He's surrounded by citizens, and they're shaking his car like crazy. When he gets out of the car, his hand gets caught in the door. He choked Bart as hard as he could. His family thinks he's violent. Even when he was talking, he was beating his cat, so he decided to quit being angry. What happens when Homer and Bart disguise themselves as masters of deception? Abe gives Bart the book of deception, and took Homer and Bart to a nursing home. They disguised themselves as the staff of the winning notice. They tell Abe he's won $10 million. Abe pretends to be excited and dances to sudden death.
He's dead!
Bart deliberately offered to pay $100 each. You get the property. The old men in the nursing home gave up their money. One old man pulled out handcuffs and claimed to be the FBI. He took off his wig and arrested Bart and Homer. He drove them to the police station and told them to turn themselves in. Homer tricked the sheriff into getting the keys to the jail, pretended to be in jail.
I guess I'll just be swiping your car now.
The fake FBI took Homer's money and took Homer's car. Homer and Bart saw the fake badge. They realized the man was a fraud. It all started when the Simpsons were driving home, and their car got hit by a fish that fell out of the sky. To pay for the repairs, Bart put on sunglasses and became blind. Approaching the host with a cake, the host turns around and knocks over the cake. Homer came out to scold Bart. The host gave Homer the money. Homer quickly earned enough money to fix his car. He even tipped the shady owner. Bart did it again when the boss turned around, cheated out of the tip. What happens when Bart becomes a cartoonist? Cartoonist Jenkins drew Skinner on the spot and got him laughed at by the kids. The kids were all drawing in class.
I called Ralph!
Bart drew the cartoon right away. He took it to the comic book store. The owner of the comic book store thought his drawings were boring.
I meant stinky. Enough said.
When he got home, Bart had no inspiration.
Oh, it's been done.
Turned around and saw Homer fighting with a folding chair. Bart immediately drew this scene. Then he drew Homer's chair on fire. Bart started drawing Homer over and over again. There was Homer crashing in his car. The Homer who tore up the couch while watching TV with the wrong remote control. Bart's cartoons were praised by his classmates. He went back to the comic book store owner. He went straight to the comic book store owner and put his comic on the shelves. Bart had his own book signing. Bart was approached by a cartoonist.
Soul Patch, you cut the line!
He gave Bart a tour of the production company. The cartoonist put his cartoon online. The flamboyance of the show won everyone over. Even Burns had a good laugh. Homer himself had a good laugh. Homer realized that the cartoon was about him.